Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. I am JD Nero, aka He Who Pods, aka Rearview Mirror. Happy Friday, y'all.
Happy Friday. I am Dash, aka Dashing D, aka the real king of R&B. Um, that's it for today.
Is it R and beef?
It depends on who you talk to,
There you go.
Sometimes it's R&B.
Sometimes it's R and beef. You want to start with beef, or you want to start with paradise?
I want to start with beef because let's just start with beef. Now you know more
Oh
about this
man.
beef than I do,
Yeah.
so apologies to the people in advance. It has been a crazy week, and I'm trying to get as far up to speed in this beef as
I
I
like I'm so
possibly
far.
can. But
We get up close and personal. You know what I'm saying? Move up.
wait, now you're like way taller than me.
That's all right. Don't worry. I'll choose
um,
a short picture for the artwork. Here,
okay,
this is better. We're almost there now.
there we go.
Just felt
But
like I was too laid back to talk about beef. You know what I'm saying?
no, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, my co-host is well versed in this 50 Cent and Ti beef that is unfolding on the internet. So, you know,
I mean, it's
give it to
unfolded.
us.
It is the opposite of Kalani's folded. This is unfolded.
Unfolded.
Unfolded. So, okay.
Do not come pick
Apparently,
up
this
your
goes
clothes.
back a long time.
Uh-huh.
T.I. has wanted to do a versus with 50 Cent. He's called him out several times. T.I. also said, I don't know, in an interview or something,
Mm-hmm.
you could go look it up, people, that he saw 50 Cent in an airport or somewhere. They were kicking it. They were chopping it up. He asked him about verses. And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get on the internet. I'm going to troll you and do my thing. And then you respond and we'll get it popping. And then he never did it. And T.I.'s been calling him out, waiting. And he ain't never did it. And so apparently in the midst of his rollout and interviews and stuff, it was mentioned recently. And it looked like 50 Cent started doing what he said he was going to do, but not the way he said he was going to do it. So he did his usual internet stuff. Let's call it an internet attack, quote unquote. This is a made up term that I'm making up here.
Mm-hmm.
So he did all the memes and the jokes and the tweets and all that stuff. And then it started getting a little too personal. T.I. was quiet for the most part. And it seemed like 50 Cent continued to push the buttons. And part of
As
that,
50 Cent does.
correct. And part of that was posting T.I.'s wife. He posted T.I.'s wife and said some things. And King, T.I.'s son, was offended. And King
Okay. King
put
was
out
offended.
King was upset and put out a verse.
Uh-huh.
And of course the internet roasted him and said, you know, little boy, stay out of big man business,
I
basically.
never understand why the kids want to go toe to toe with 50 Cent. I don't think the kids realize who 50 Cent is exactly, you know how they like to say, oh, this person is exactly who they think they are. 50 Cent is exactly who he thinks he is. Okay? We have
T.I.
said
thinks
many
differently, but
times.
we'll get to it.
What'd you say?
T.I. thinks differently, but we'll get to it in a minute.
I know that Ti thinks differently. I'm not even talking about Ti. I understand. I understand why Ti would want smoke with 50 Cent. I feel like they can meet each other eye to eye. The kids, though, this is like Diddy's kids. Sometimes y'all gotta stay out of y'all's daddy's shit.
Well, I see both sides because I see that side, but I also see that I'm a young man, King, not me. I'm an old
Mm-hmm.
man. King is a young man.
You
He's
are.
also he also is a rapper. He also is a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yo, you talking about my mama?
Okay, fair
Then
enough.
I'm gonna talk about you
Because I
because
got hands for my mama. Don't.
You know, because
I got
as
smoked
the famous line
for people
once
messing with my
said,
mom.
as the famous line once said, what you said about my mama?
Right. And accurate, because that's all I'll say.
So King throws something out, but the internet roasted King. The internet said basically, hey, little boy, chill out.
Right.
And whatever, no comment. I'm not mad at him. I understand it. Nothing wrong, in my opinion,
Yeah,
standing
he's
up for your
defending his
mom.
mother.
Standing up for mama love. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, 50 continued to do what 50 does. And T.I.'s first response was to diss 50 Cent's deceased mother. And by doing that, he said, this is my flex. I'm summarizing, folks. I am not quoting. But he basically said, hey, here's me and my mama and my whole family. Hey, dog, where's your mama?
That's not nice.
Well,
That is
it's not
not
nice.
nice.
This is after 50 Cent posted not nice things about T.I.'s wife.
Tiny.
Correct, Tiny. So after all of that, we get a T.I. diss record. We get a T.I. diss record.
Is this the one where he says, I'm the right one?
I'm the right one, yes.
Okay.
And so
This I have heard.
Yeah, I mean, you heard both of them at this point. I sent you both of them, so you should be up to snuff. And so the right one is the first diss record, and that came out. It came out now 3 days ago, and at the time of recording this, that is. And so we get this record number one.
Yeah, and T.I. is basically saying, you know, you chose the right person to war with. I'm here. What's up?
Correct.
I understand. And, you know, people will call me soft for this, but I said this during the last really big rap battle that there was. I'm not going to mention it because...
Biggie and Tupac?
No.
Common and Ice
I'm
Cube?
not going to say it because I feel like we say their names
Nas
so
and
often.
Jay-Z.
All right.
Okay, I know which one it was.
Years ago.
It was definitely... No, I'm playing. Go ahead.
A couple years ago, we went through this whole rap beef thing, which it turned into a monster. It was bigger than all of us. It was bigger than them, as far as I'm concerned. But the point that I want to make is that I said way back when I was sitting on the blue couch, I said that I feel like these beefs are dangerous. And I feel like people end up saying things that you cannot come back from. And I don't believe that everybody's trying to come back from it, just to be clear. But I'm also saying that I think that certain things are over the line.
Okay.
I mean, I understand, you know, I don't think it's right to talk about Tiny, but I also don't think it's right to talk about somebody's deceased parent. That's weird to me, like that anyone wants to say that to anyone. I don't know what inside of you gives you that hatred for someone to the point where you would want to say that. I'm sure there are reasons. You know, it's not really a judgment. It may sound like one, but it's more of, it's not productive. So this stuff makes me very anxious because while I believe that T.I. and 50 Cent are both men who have a lot to lose if something were to get physical or just, you know, things went awry and went beyond the pen. But I get a little nervous when the kids get involved because as much as I don't think that they have a leg to stand on against 50 Cent, I also think that the naivete, the hot-headedness, the ego that comes with being a young man sometimes can get them into dangerous situations if they're not careful.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely
when mom and dad are not around.
when mom and
Um,
dad are around.
and
But
this makes me nervous because we've seen it even with Diddy's kids. Like, what's his name? Oh, King be outside in the streets, and it don't take a whole lot for them to piss him off about his daddy.
the Kings
So
have things to say.
and always has something to say. So I'm just
No, no, no.
saying, I'm not saying.
I'm saying King Combs
Oh,
and
and
King
King Harris,
Harris
right?
have, they got stuff to say.
Right. And I just worry about that part of it because I don't really think that sometimes I don't know that they understand the gravity of it. And because I believe his other son also is now involved, is now up in the mix. Damani is up in the mix as well with this. So it
I
just
didn't see anything about that.
I just
I
saw
believe you,
something
but I
that
didn't
said that
see it.
Damani put out his own song or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm like, all right, so this is a family battle now. Where are the VH1 cameras?
Nope. Nope.
But as far as 50 Cent and Ti go, um, I don't. I would really just love peace and love and hip hop right now. I don't actually care to dive into a rap battle at this current juncture. I feel like I'm all rap battled out. I really just want some good hip hop, you know, some stuff that I could bump to, some stuff that I could really, get conscious with, and that's it. That's all I'm looking for. I don't. Ti has some bars on "I'm the Right One." I also think it's funny just the phrase "I'm the right one." So I appreciated that that he said that.
Yeah.
I've used that phrase before. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I
So
was fatigued by
let's talk
this.
about the record.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. I feel like he had bars on the record. What I want to say about Ti is that Ti is doing good. Okay, I feel like this comeback that he's got going on right now. I mean, really, a rap battle is good for him right now. But this comeback, I think so, is getting his name out there.
I mean, the record he released, his single was already doing that. That record is
It
everywhere.
was. Oh my
So
gosh. Millennials are just so thrilled he's back.
yeah, and that record is great.
It's great. It's great. You know how many videos I saw of like people our age and a little bit older that were like, "Our guy is back. Let's dust let's dust off our blazers, our
Yeah,
business casual from our club days."
yeah. One of my homies from their mid 40s hit me and was like, "Hey man, you hear this new Ti shit?" I was like, "Yeah, yes I have." They were like, "I like this one. This is like bring them out." I said the same thing on my pod. They were like, "Oh yes, you were
Yeah,
right then." I was like, "Yeah,
yeah. So yeah. So I'm into him making music right now. This is not what I expected, but I thought that I thought that it was a decent diss track. He has some
okay,
bars for sure. There
okay."
were definitely some oh shit moments. Like I was listening, I was in the grocery store actually, and I was listening, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, did he just say that?
It's like what?
What?" you
Tomatoes?
know,
Can you believe this?
right, right. What'd you think?
I thought it was entertaining.
Definitely that.
I thought he said a lot of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like this as a song.
Okay. I don't think
I
I would
don't
listen
like the
to it
hook.
again. That's what you're saying.
I don't like the hook.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear him pausing and punching a lot on this record.
Okay.
You can hear that he said a couple lines, stopped, came back, said a couple lines, stopped, came back, said a couple lines, and that was annoying the shit out of me because I'm like, my gosh, your tone is different, your flow is different. It's really easy to tell, and that was driving me bananas. And I don't like this hook.
Let me ask you something. As a as, as a hip hop artist,
Uh huh.
who is releasing a documentary tomorrow
That's me.
for everyone, listening. YouTube, Eastern Time, 11 a.m.
I
So
was gonna say Eastern time. What time though?
I had to remember. That's the order I remembered in. Hello.
All right, as a
Don't
hip
mess
hop
up my
artist,
ad. Why are
ridiculous.
you messing up my ad?
That's why we don't do ads on weeknights. Come on, as a hip hop artist.
As a hip hop artist, for songs like this where you could hear that they're punching in, can you is there a reason why, you may not have an answer to this question, but is there a reason why a person would not re-record that?
Yeah. I mean, what I was gonna say is, although it was driving me crazy, the average listener probably don't give
No,
a
it doesn't
fuck,
notice.
because what matters to the average listener, especially on a diss track, is it a good diss track?
Yeah.
So who cares? Like, I have seen people on the internet going crazy over this,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's the best talk shit record Ti has. I think he said entertaining stuff. I think he said stuff people didn't expect, but I don't
Hmm.
think it was the best Ti. You better watch your mouth record. He has a song
Yeah.
called "Watch What You Say to Me" featuring Jay-Z. Forget
Hmm.
about Jay-Z right now. Just when you finish listening to this, audience, go listen to Ti. Watch What You Say to Me. It's on the Ti versus Tip album.
Hmm.
You're welcome. That sound more like, hey nigga, you better watch your mouth because I'll smack you, or something else. That
Hmm.
sound more like the Ti I was waiting for when I heard that this record was coming. Not this pause and go, this double
Okay.
dutch thing. So the average listener probably don't care. They just want to know, is he saying good stuff? Is it a good diss record? I think it is a good diss record. But is it a good song? Probably not. What do I mean? I mean, Hit 'em Up is a diss record.
Hmm.
But if Hit 'em Up come on in the club, you gonna be, hey,
Of course.
oh yeah, right?
Dancing on the pod.
If, yes, if, damn, I can't remember the name of this. What's the Kendrick shit?
Which one?
Oh, if Not Like Us comes on
Not
in the
like us.
club,
Hmm.
you gonna hit that, you gonna bust a move.
Yeah, old people love to dance to Not Like Us.
Right. And so this is what I'm saying. Those are diss records, but they're also really good songs.
Hmm.
This is not that. It was a good diss. He gave him some body punches. Uh. It was entertaining. It was cool, but you're probably not gonna play it too many times, in my opinion. This ain't the one you're gonna have on repeat mode. It's just like, oh, all right, that was cool. That was hot. That was hot. What else
Yeah.
we got? That's my opinion. I hate this
Hmm.
hook. I like what he says. I just don't think this was the best, flyest delivery and flow from Ti. Now, there's plenty of people who feel opposite. Everyone I saw reacting to this so far feels the exact opposite. So they might tear me up in the comments. It's cool. You got your opinion, and I have mine.
That's why they're opinions.
That's right. So I thought that was it. And especially because then Ti did start going to the internet. And I said, I liked it when you just dropped bars.
Right.
And I guess T.I. heard me.
Mm-hmm.
Because he dropped more bars.
Yeah.
He dropped more bars.
More
so
bars.
He dropped another one called Lessons. I believe yesterday, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
And so Lessons came out. Lessons is only like on his Instagram and on YouTube so far. The right one is on streaming platforms. What I really like about Right One is a bunch of the shit I said about the first thing is not true in the second one. This is a song you could actually play and listen to and enjoy.
Yeah.
T.I. is talking big shit on this one. It is still a diss record. And it has a better hook, in my opinion.
I would have to agree, and only because honestly, you keep talking about the hook on the first one, and I don't remember it.
Because
I remember the song, I remember the verses, I don't remember the hook, which I think is an indication that the hook probably wasn't that great to begin with.
Yeah.
So,
and he was flowing on this one. There wasn't a lot of pause and change my tone and pause and change my flow. No, he was flowing on this one. He went in, he did his thing. This is the better song, in my opinion. But not as entertaining as the first one.
Well, this one is more. This one is more gritty, I think. You
Yes.
know, like it's meant to have that extra edge. It's not meant to be
This felt
pretty.
like
You
what
know.
should have been the first one to me.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
felt like
I
to
see what you're
me the
saying.
right one was like, oh, I'm gonna try to maybe get some kind of play here, maybe
Yeah.
get somebody to maybe want to try to dance to this or something.
Yeah.
That's
Replay
not what we're
value.
looking for. Yeah, but I don't think it worked. But this second one was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, you want some mixtape Ti shit? This
Right.
we will play over and over again. So I think this is the better song,
I
but
agree.
I think the first one was way more entertaining.
I agree with that. Yeah, but you know me. Sometimes I'm like, I don't even really want the entertaining version. I want the give me the grit because
Mhm.
sometimes that's really all you need. We've
Yeah,
got tons of we've got tons of pop records we can listen to. You know, there's always that. That's always gonna exist.
hmm
But yeah,
The other thing,
this is
oh,
what
sorry, you go.
no, I was just gonna say this feels like real. This feels like that version of hip hop. I don't want to call it real versus not real, but um, yeah, that version of hip hop. That's like, all right, we getting down to business, you know. So yeah, I'd have to
Yeah,
agree.
to me, one of the cool things about Lessons, which is the second
Hmm.
one, one of the cool things about Lessons to me is he's addressing a lot of the shit the internet is saying about him as well. He's
Yeah.
like, hey man, my rollout was going real good already because a lot of
Hmm.
people were saying, oh, Ti is only doing this as a rollout, and other people
Hmm.
were saying Ti is messing up his rollout. Ti made it clear, hey, listen, I was doing very well before this motherfucker opened his mouth.
Right.
He said more stuff about his own family. Yeah, he was listening. They were on the internet paying attention to the things being said
Hmm.
before they recorded Lessons, and I appreciate that. I said, now this I like because one of the things about a good diss record is sometimes two things. One,
Hmm.
beating the other person to the punch. If you ever saw 8 Mile, Eminem shows you that. Sometimes
Hmm.
you gotta, what do they say? Sometimes you gotta cheddar bob yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's number
Hmm.
one. Number two is letting people know that you're down with what's going on in the current times, that you're up to speed with the
Right.
things going on right now. Like if I diss you, it's okay to say some shit from '88, but also I should be able to include some things from right now. Like if
Yeah.
everything I'm saying about you in the diss record is from '92, people gonna be like, "Do
Um,
this nigga not know none of the current shit? Like, what's up?
right.
Why he's not?" He ain't saying nothing about Harley minding my business. He didn't mention weeknights. What's
Hmm.
going on right now? Like, I don't. What's up?
Right.
Yeah. But if I get on there and I'm like, yeah, that's why you had to cancel a flight, and that's why blah blah blah, and I saw when you slipped on that ice in the snowstorm, you're gonna be like,
Hmm.
hey, this motherfucker really knows some current shit. And so that also is important in this record.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah.
I think you.
Like hey, going back to the two records I mentioned, in Hit 'Em Up, he mentioning current shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Right.
you love Versace now, nigga, but you wasn't
Right.
loving Versace before. Oh, you a ladies' man now, but you weren't no ladies' man when you was begging to sleep on my couch.
Right.
And same thing, Kendrick, he mentioned old stuff, but he also mentioned right now, oh yeah, you think Yachty keeps you cool because you around a young boy?
Right.
You think you could just run to Atlanta anytime you want to get hot? He's saying current stuff.
I mean, no, he did his thing. He did his thing.
Yeah. So I appreciate that from the Ti Lessons record.
My only recommendation is that let let the grown-ups keep it amongst the grown-ups.
I feel you.
The elders, I should say, because the kids are adults. But Yeah,
I have a question.
I don't really want to hear from them going at 50 Cent. No one cares. Oh, you have a question? What's the question?
T.I. has now released 2 diss records. We know 50 Cent will not rap back. We know that. We know 50 Cent will not respond with a record.
That's not his style.
At what point do you stop putting out diss records? I'm enjoying them. I'm just asking. Knowing that he will not respond, which T.I. knows, he said it himself on Lessons, knowing that he will not release a rap record in response, when do you stop putting out diss records?
50 Cent gonna say something that's really gonna throw the
But
family off.
but he's not going to put out another. He's not going to respond with a diss
No,
record.
I'm not saying he's gonna put out a song. He doesn't. He just does what he does. And he's going to do what he
Right.
does. And at some
Right.
point, that's going to push them to the wall. And they're either going to have to continue to respond or they're going to have to just bow out of it. Because one thing, and this is what I keep saying about 50 Cent, is one thing is that 50 Cent knows how to antagonize people.
Yes.
And I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying what we have seen is that he is relentless.
Yes.
And after a while, it's not fun anymore when because he's not if he's not gonna play the way you want him to play. It's
Well, that's why I'm asking, because he's not. So that's why I'm asking how many diss records you put out if you T.I.
I don't see long-term T.I. continuing to put out records when he's not gonna get anything back. I think maybe he'll do more. I'm not saying he won't, but I'm saying like it can't go on that long because for what? Like then it just becomes like fruitless for him.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
that's exactly why I'm asking. All right, Paradise. I got no segue, and we don't need one.
Oh, and I forgot that we had that topic too. I don't know why I thought this was. I don't know why I felt like we had done a topic before this one. That was a long topic. Okay, Paradise. Well, we can make this quick because Paradise, first 3 episodes of season 2 were released on Monday, February 23rd, and your favorite entertainment co-hosts got a chance to watch.
Yep.
And I was like, this is great because it's been a long time since we've reviewed a show on the pod. Like talked about it in real time. I think the last one was Succession. So I thought this was cool that we decided we were going to talk about it. So, I mean, spoiler alert because...
Oh, spoiler alert.
It came out on Monday.
To talk about all 3 episodes in depth.
If you have not watched it, then I think you probably should go and watch it and then come back. If you don't care, stay. But if you do care, you should go. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Well, you want to start or you want me to start?
Nope, go for it.
All right, let's just go down the line. So episode 1, to sum it up, we meet Anna.
Who cares?
I don't care. Shailene Woodley's character. Shailene Woodley is new to the cast.
We meet Divergent.
I knew you were gonna call her Divergent.
That's who she is to me.
We meet Divergent's character. She's a tour guide at Graceland. She lives through the end of the world, basically, and she's living at Graceland. In her not tiny, but in her bubble. She had a friend at work there who she lost. Very sad, that part. But she's living there. These guys show up and they're on a mission. They just kind of roll in and take over the house for a week or 2 weeks or whatever it was. I don't know. I don't even have a lot to say here. Oh, I should also point out at the end of it, they leave. At the end of it, Sterling K. Brown's character, we see that his plane has crashed, his helicopter has crashed, and he is laid out somewhere in the bad place that the guys told her was the bad place. Anyway, Arkansas, I believe.
Arkansas.
Now,
I'm just looking up her character's name.
yeah.
But go ahead.
There is. Oh, I should also point out that she and one of the guys fall for each other and they sleep together. Now,
Yep. Yeah, they
because
do.
that'll be relevant later, which I knew as soon as it happened. I was like, all right, I know where this is going. But
Wow,
why?
this is harder than I thought. All right, go ahead. I'll
Why?
find it another way.
This episode is almost an hour, if not a whole hour. It probably
Yeah,
was
it's
a
like
whole
59
hour.
minutes. Yeah, it's 59 minutes.
The first time we see somebody we recognize is in the last few seconds of the episode. I hated that. And in fact, I said this episode could have been an email. I did not need this. I think that it was okay to show us new people, but I also think, couldn't you do like a flashback and a flash forward, and so that we at least, like, if you didn't know any better, you were watching a completely different show.
A completely different show. Yes, her name is Annie. You were correct.
Okay. If we didn't know any better, we were watching a completely different show. I don't like that. That is not. We loved this show last season. People were so excited about this show, and this is the way y'all chose to start it. I don't care how intellectual and smart the writers are. I don't care. Like, I even follow one of the writers. Love her down. Nadira, I believe her name is. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. This is so frustrating. This was such a frustrating first episode. I hated it.
All right. So, it's cute that it's Graceland and it's Elvis Presley. Especially because we have Sinatra already in the show.
Yep.
And extra points for the writers, because I forgot until episode 3 that Xavier's daughter's name is Presley.
Yep.
So, okay. Hey, listen. I see what you're doing here. But a couple things. One,
we also
you
went
shoulda
back to
did it.
James and Giant Peach at some point.
Yes, that was episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, listen. You could have did this way quicker. This did not need to be an hour. This could have been 20 solid minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us gave a fuck about episode 1. Backstory is cool, but you wasted a whole episode on an 8-episode show.
Yeah.
That drives me fucking nuts. And later this week, oh, it's Friday. Next week, we're going to talk about Wonder Man, which suffered from the same disease. Excuse me. When you have a short show, the worst thing you can do, in my opinion, is drag the episodes and drag the season, because you're wasting my fucking time. Just don't put out an extra episode. If you got 7, just put out 7.
You don't have to work extra hard to make it 8 episodes.
You don't need to make 8 if you're gonna just drag your feet. Listen, trim the fat. Give us the meat and potatoes. That's what we want. We're not here for an hour of backstory about some bitch we don't even know. We don't even know this lady. If you gave me an episode only about one of the characters' past,
yep,
I could stomach it. I might not love it, which we'll get to in episode 2, but
right.
I will stomach it. I could at least say, all right, I don't like it, but I understand it. I don't need an hour about this chick surviving the end of the world, showing me the end of the world, showing a whole family hangout with the squad that came through, and the most weirdest, awkwardest sex on television ever. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need that. And furthermore, yeah, there's a lot of little breadcrumbs. I see them. Fine. I understand as the season progresses, you're going to use her medical training more, the guy who she's trying to find more, his tie to Alex more. All right, I get it. You slow cooking, but the problem is there's only 8 fucking episodes. Stop slow cooking. Throw that bitch in the frying pan and let's go.
Episode 2, I know you're on episode 1. Episode
That's
2,
it. I was done with episode 1.
well, I just because I want
It was
to,
a waste of my motherfucking time. That's what
because
episode
I'm
1
tying
was.
it into what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Episode
go.
2 could have been episode 1 easily,
No,
and
no.
I didn't
No,
like. Wait.
Episode 3 should have been episode 1.
I understand, but I feel like if you really needed for us to have this backstory or see what happened to Xavier when he landed and all of that, I think they needed to. I agree. They needed to trim the fat, trim some from episode 1 and from episode 2, and make that one episode. So we shouldn't have waited so long to see Xavier. Like, we knew what happened. We knew, like, I just feel like it's not a surprise that he went along his way to get to get back outside of the bunker. We knew that already. Y'all made it seem like we didn't have any idea that that was gonna happen. I just don't understand. Combine episode 1 and episode 2. I'm not saying it would have been the greatest episode 1. What I'm saying is you could have gotten everything that happened in those 2 episodes could have happened in 1 episode. You could have condensed it way down and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Because at least then we'd have some sort of experience with the character that we've been connected to since last year.
Hello.
I don't even care. Like, we don't even need to see inside of the bunker in episode 1. I'm honestly not really interested in what's happening in the bunker yet. Give me the main character, the guy that you had us follow last season. That guy, don't give him 20 seconds of airtime in episode 1, and I hope he got every red cent he's promised per episode for episode 1. I'm pretty sure he did. I think once he makes an appearance, he gets paid. But I was just like, what is this? And episode 2, again, not that much better, but at least we get to see Xavier. At least we know what's going on with him. And it's not just, but the kids, him killing the guy because the guy was going to do something to the kids. Like, I just feel like all of this was implied. I think we know. They made it very clear, even in episode 1, that there's bad people over there, that there's bad things happening out there since the world came to an end. I don't think we needed all of this. Like, okay, the kids were sweet and whatever. It was sad to see them scared. But unless that's a setup for something that's going to happen later, I don't understand why we needed so much of that.
Yo, we did not need episode 1 or 2. Period.
It's crazy. I'm very disappointed.
I cannot speak for the rest of the audience, but I don't need a full episode about what happened to this nigga in the 5 days he was out there in the wild with the mute kids. I don't give a fuck about him and his wife being in the same room and how they met. I never gave a fuck about how they met. Never.
No.
Never,
Yeah,
ever did I give a fuck about how they met. Never. And then you're gonna give us a sob story. She's going blind, and yo, dog, yo, hey.
I was sitting there like, wait, his wife is blind. I was so mad when she got her sight back, not because she shouldn't get her sight back, but because I was like, what was this for?
For nothing. To waste more of our time. And this is what pissed me off. I'm gonna be very honest with you. The only reason I pressed play on episode 3 was because I saw season 1. The only reason, I'll say it again. Mm-hmm. The only reason I pressed play on episode 3 is because I watched and loved the first season. If not, you never would have seen me. I never would have seen the rest of this season.
I know that.
Those first 2 episodes, hot garbage. Fam, there's 8 episodes and you've wasted 2 of them, which means you now have 6 episodes to give me super hot fire. You better bring the fucking heat.
I agree. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know my co-host well. And what did I say to you when you said you watched the first episode? What did I say to you? I said, are you planning on watching the whole season? Because I saw episode 1 and I was like, oh, I already know. That, because usually I'm the one who's like, well, I like that they told the story and the backstory. This I did not care for at all. I was just like, I was so disappointed because I loved the first season so much.
And then at the end of episode 2, the super pregnant, belly about to Annie.
So now we ain't
going to Georgia. You're gonna take us to Colorado. And this nigga is handcuffed to, I guess, the couch, or we don't even know what he's handcuffed to, but he's handcuffed.
Look what surviving makes you do. And a pregnant belly. Oh my gosh, I just knew she was going to be pregnant. I knew she was going to be pregnant after that man left. How predictable.
Forget about her being pregnant. If she got pregnant, whatever. I could not care less.
You're saying but they're gonna force it down our throats now that she's pregnant. She's pregnant for a reason.
I'm aware of that. No, I'm aware of that. I already know that Sterling K. Brown is gonna be who delivers this baby. I'm aware of that. Super clear and pissed off about it.
Deliver the baby herself, to be honest, because she's so medically inclined.
She's not. Her best friend died. She's not that medically inclined. Let's be real.
Well,
because as soon as they showed his stomach bandage, I said, that nigga better find some help. Because that bitch let her best friend die.
She didn't let her best friend die. They couldn't leave. It was dangerous.
She didn't try to
leave. She couldn't get her medical attention.
She didn't try to leave.
Right. But that was why. Because they were afraid.
She ain't try to leave. If it's life or death, afraid goes in your back pocket.
Okay.
Anyway, my point is, you gonna let the 8.5 month pregnant, could barely move around bitch capture this nigga and force him to do something after we just watched him kill somebody with a broken leg? And another thing, you gonna tell me that we watched this nigga run every fucking episode of season 1? And now you gonna tell me this nigga has broken kneecaps? We watched this nigga run the whole first season. Now you gonna tell me, oh, he used to have broken kneecaps. The nigga with broken kneecaps been running the whole 3 years of post-apocalyptic world? It's 2 years. I'm exaggerating. But he been running the whole 2 years. Every morning he been running the whole with broken kneecaps on the pavement. On the pavement. He ain't even running on rubber. He ain't on the rubber track outside of the high school.
Pavement?
This nigga is running on pavement.
I mean, they're in a bunker, so is he really on pavement?
It ain't blacktop. It's pavement. This nigga is running on cement for the whole first season with broken kneecaps. That's what you're going to tell me, writers of Paradise. You're going to tell me we watched this nigga run for the whole first season, and now you're going to say, hey, actually, the nigga got broken kneecaps and leg surgeries. Word?
He got broken kneecaps.
Word? And, hold on, but wait, there's more. Not only do the nigga got broken kneecaps and had leg surgeries, but wait a minute, he's so fly that some shit he was put to sleep for, he somehow know how to do by himself. They said, we're gonna put you to sleep to put your knee back in place because it hurts like hell and it's not something you're gonna be able to withstand. This nigga pops it back in place himself with a rope. Word.
Was he in the military?
Now he knows how to do that. He was sleeping when it happened.
Was he in the military?
When He was in special services for. That's how he ended up protecting the president.
I'm
When
asking because
when
you're
when when they showed it to us, he said, "Oh, okay, do it right now." They said, "No. It's too crazy and too painful. It's a procedure you have to be put to sleep for."
okay.
And they put him to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
How in the fuck does he know how to do it himself with a piece of rope?
I just figured
And
military
let me tell you
training.
something. Let me say
That was
just
my
one more
thought
thing. Let me
because
say
a
just
lot of
one more
Secret
thing.
Service are former military.
He was Secret Service. Let me say just one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love Sterling K. Brown,
I
and
love
he's
him.
a phenomenal actor.
Amazing.
But when this nigga said, "I'm gonna put my knee back in place, and I'm probably gonna pass out," and then the nigga did it and went, "Ah!"
That's what he was told to do.
That was the worst acting I've ever seen in my life. I hope they paid him double for that episode. Because when this nigga said, "Ah!" I walked out my living room. I got up off the couch and physically walked out my living room and said, Are you for real? Superfly Sterling K. Brown, that's what y'all had this nigga do on camera?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's. Yes, I understand. But yeah, that happens. The kids, they rob them and they leave. I think they. I mean, I think the idea there was that they were afraid. They did watch him kill someone,
Yeah, they're afraid and they're
and
coming back because they have the map. And he said, My kids are in Colorado.
right, and
Or
so
rather,
we get
maybe I don't mean they're coming back to the boat where we saw him in Arkansas. I mean, we will see the kids
see them
again.
later in the season. Yeah, I
Yeah.
assume they were introduced for a reason. I assume that they are not just they didn't just show the kids to us and have this whole
Yeah.
big thing and then they're just going to disappear. And I mean that would infuriate me even more than episodes 1 and 2. But yeah, I imagine everyone we've seen we're going to see again.
Yeah.
In episode 3, we go back to the bunker.
Finally. My God, let me tell you, when I saw the bunker, man, I was so thrilled. I said, thank God. Thank Horace, because if these motherfuckers didn't show me something soon, I was going to be done with this fucking show. So the fact that we finally just saw the bunker made me happy. Then they started explaining shit. Oh, it's been a month and blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, the show
Right.
has started now.
Right. Which
Finally,
I actually want
season
to
2
rewatch.
has begun.
Yeah. And I'll probably rewatch at least episode 3. But so the long and short of it, what is that girl's name? Kate?
What girl?
Is it Kate?
What girl?
The one who's the murderous one who cries all the time? Jane. So Jane,
she's the big bad wolf. Jane is the big bad wolf.
Jane is doing what she does.
Yes.
Jane basically said to Sinatra, listen, I did what I had to do to keep you alive. And here we are. Don't worry, I got your back, girl. I'm going to take care of things. I mean, I don't think she actually has her back, but that's kind of what
she didn't say I got your back.
But she was trying to say, she didn't say that verbatim. What she was trying to say.
What she was saying was, bitch, you better have my back.
Yes, but I think, okay. I think she was trying to say both. I think she was, okay.
We'll see. Time will tell, but I disagree.
I mean, you think Jane is going to become the president?
I think Jane is going to try to be the puppet master instead of the puppet. And I think that's what they were setting up at the end of last season before she shot her. Because she said, if I kill you, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact words, but she basically said, if I kill you, you won't be able to do any of the shit I want you to do. And that's too easy. And then they remind us that because this episode starts with a recap where they show us that exact line.
Right. What I mean by I got your back is I'm not going to kill you. I think because I think Sinatra was afraid when she went into her hospital room, unless I misread the situation. Sinatra
Yes, she
looked
was afraid.
nervous and
Yes.
afraid when she walked in. I felt like she was telling her, "All right, I'm not gonna kill you, and I'm gonna work on things out there while you're in here, and put things back together the way we or I need it to be."
Right. I agree
Because
with 90% of that. I think the we or I is where it gets twisted because I think, just my theory, I don't have proof yet, we'll see. But I think Jane is going to try to graduate from puppet to puppeteer. That's what I think.
right, I believe that, but I don't know if Jane then becomes the leader, right? Like I don't know if Jane ends up in the president's position. I think
Well,
what Jane,
Sinatra was not president. So you
I
don't
know
have to be
Sinatra
president to run shit.
I know Sinatra wasn't president, but I think the whole point is to put Sinatra in a position where Jane can be the puppeteer. That's why I
Oh,
assume she killed the president
well,
so that
she
she could
killed the
put
president because she was told to.
so she could reinstall Sinatra
Yes.
back into the fold.
Yes.
That was my takeaway from it.
Yes, that those things are correct. Yes, Sinatra said this guy needs a breath mint, which in the flashbacks we learned that this guy needs a breath mint is code for
Kill
kill
him.
this motherfucker.
Right. So that happens all the while. The other agent that was supposed to be going with Xavier actually stayed back to help take care of the kids,
Yes.
and I was so sad about this. I was like, "Girl, what are you doing? What are you doing?" I didn't understand why she put it in the messages. You had to know. Like, I guess she was trying to draw Jane out, but she didn't do a very good job at it. It was like she led herself to her own death.
She
I
didn't
mean,
die.
she's not dead.
No.
I thought she was dead.
She put her to sleep.
Oh, I thought she strangled her. I gotta
She put her to
rewatch it.
sleep. She threw in the
Right. Yeah, I thought
I
I
don't
thought
think
she
so.
died.
They don't say dead or alive. My interpretation, which we'll see soon, my interpretation is she put her to sleep because she wanna make her the scapegoat of the murder. And so she'll go to the ICE detention center with everybody else.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
I was a little proud of them on episode 3.
No,
I know
episode
we're
three was
roasting
good.
the show. Episode 3 was good and it was cool. I don't want any more. The flashbacks are driving me crazy because we had so much of them already.
Yeah.
In season 1 they were more sprinkled throughout. This has been like the bulk of this season so far is the past. So I
Yeah.
was tired of that. But yeah, okay, it set things up fine. We learned the backstory of Homeboy. We learned this person needs a breath mint, and we learned that Alex is the comatose wife of the guy they killed, the guy who had this company, who's clearly still alive because the dude from episode 1 said we got to get to the bunker and kill
They're
Alex.
trying to kill
So they
Alex.
put that together. And we
Yep.
also learned that dude with the beard, who's the baby daddy, was the young genius student of Homeboy,
Yes.
who I don't remember his name, but the other big bad wolf who was killed by Jane, he let him live. And so we get a lot of things tied together. That was good.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. But it was not super hot fire to me. It was cool because still you shoving way too much past down my throat.
Also, the person we didn't mention is the deceased president's son, who is, you
He's the
know,
leader of the revolution now.
yes, which his dad basically told him
Yeah.
if he wanted change, he needed to be the change. So that's what
Yes.
he's attempting to do. He got himself arrested so that he could link up with Homeboy, who can help him, blow the bunker out of the water.
Correct. Also, I really appreciated the way that they put a twist on modern current events. The new deceased president, he mimicked somebody, is all I'll say.
Did. Yep.
And that's why I said an ICE detention center.
Yes.
So yeah, that was cool.
Yep.
I said, oh, okay, I see what y'all did. I see it. That
Doesn't
was
always
cute.
have to be in your face. Sometimes it could just be subtle hints.
I think it was in our face, but again, that's
I think
okay
it
if we
was.
disagree.
I mean, I think it. What I mean is, you don't have to call it the same name. You don't have to do. You can. This is not the only show that. This is not the only drama series that has done something like this, where it mimics. Mimics current day, and you're able. If you're paying attention, you're able to see that that's what it's doing.
Right.
But when I say it's not in your face, I mean, it doesn't look exactly like the person. It's not, it could be a lot more on the nose than it was.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I also think they know the audience of this show, the demographic of this show is more intelligent and knows that this is what we're doing.
I agree with that.
But they got him out of here real quick.
Did.
And so Sinatra is already putting back the pieces and getting shit back in order. And now we all want to know what the hell's going on with Alex. And what else has happened in this month. And what's about to happen with pregnant Annie and Sterling K. Brown Xavier. We also learned that Xavier's kids are part of the revolution, and that's important to say. Because that will clearly play a role later on.
Yep.
And the final thing is the other agent. She uncovered some things about Jane.
Oh,
so that was also important.
Yes.
And I assume that will be something that is revisited. I think, this is my guess, I think that agent, I don't know her name, but I think she's going to try to, Agent Robinson, I think Agent Robinson is going to try to tell Sinatra, thinking like, yo, Sinatra, Jane been playing you. Look what I found out. And Sinatra going to be like, nigga, I know.
I don't think she'd go to Sinatra. I think she knows not to go to Sinatra.
But who else you go to?
But I also think that's why she was acting alone, and she doesn't have anybody at this point. It's her. She can't go to Xavier.
And the therapist is getting her espionage on.
The therapist gets on my nerves. She gets on my nerves so bad because it's like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
I still can't figure her out. Like exactly what. Like she's like, I want everyone to be okay, but also like you're in cahoots. You're colluding.
She's like, I want everyone to be okay, and also not lying to me.
Right, like she want to know everything. She's the
thought she did know everything.
Also on your side. Like I never understand what she's doing, and
the double agent.
Kind of what makes her character interesting.
Yeah, she's a double agent.
She really is. But anyway, we have talked for too long.
Yes,
we gotta go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Weeknights. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.